first opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. DeMarcus Walker there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On 2nd down, Barrett. And this one caught by Delanie Walker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go!
Here's Barrett on play action. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Trey Hendrickson in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001.
Let's go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Walker in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bears take over. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point safely through. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. They want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And some space here. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen now on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week. But the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bears will extend their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run it with McKinnon. Spins by. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed.
McKinnon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Let's go!
Off the play fake, Barrett. On the move to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Flex round. Ohio.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Forbath will put this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Gone.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Allen maybe with a free play. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. On play action, Allen under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ohio.
Barrett looks to throw on 1st. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danny Trevathan able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon. And even 50 yards on the ground. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. And Forbath will put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jabal Sheard in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going deep downfield for Ross. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Gun! Gun! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This fielded at the 2. Fights off the defender. He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Marcus Gilchrist. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? It's a gain of 5 on the play, so this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Allen hit. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. So that one will be accepted. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. A final shot before half for Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Allen. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Allen. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's He's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Leopard!
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey. 4 down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Allen. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Barrett. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Barrett to throw. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. On second down, Barrett. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Still going. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Barrett fighting through, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And a short gain here down to the 22. Andrew Brown there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Barrett now on 2nd down. Touchdown, Packers. Deon Cain, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. To throw is Barrett. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with a 2 tight end. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Detroit!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Back now at Soldier Field. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone!
Allen off the play fake. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. DeMarcus Walker in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw Barrett. Flush to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Flushed out right and complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else failed.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. Good touchdown, number 20 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. To throw on second down. Barrett. Now a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. John Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They give them a gain of 37. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Back to the air on second down. Barrett, he's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.